Good evening, guys, and welcome back to another live stream. So good to see all of you guys here tonight. And we did say we're going to have another stream in 2 weeks' time, but we had such a great time last week, a fantastic live stream, and all you guys got involved and really got behind us. It was really good to see. So we thought we'd have another stream tonight, 1 week later. Finally got home in time for work. It was a bit touch and go there. Did not think I'd be able to make it in time, but I did. So what a fantastic turnout already tonight. So we will bring old Jason in. But before we start, remember, hit that subscribe button and like this video and share it as well. So here is Jason. Good evening, Jason.
What's this old business you're talking about? Old Jason?
Old
Jesus.
Jason. You're over 40. You're old now. Oh, you got mute.
Sorry. You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Nah, quiet again.
Hang on. Let me
Must
try
be
it again.
that Australian-made mic.
Oh.
Nah. There. Nah.
You got me?
Does it hit? Yeah, there.
Hang on. Right, what about now?
Yeah, it's good. Nah. Gone again. Yep. Okay, guys. So while Jason sorts his microphone issues out, we had a great conversation at on the job site today, on the construction site, about hunting. So we're talking about how we like to hunt and want to get your opinions on how do you guys hunt at all. Like, do you enjoy hunting from a ute, a dirt bike? Because I work with a guy who hunts from a dirt bike, a quad bike, or an ATV. What's your favourable thing you like to hunt from out in the bush? Me, I like to drive around in the ute in a bit of air conditioning, especially in summer, and jump out and shoot the game from there. But I've got friends who hunt from ATVs and dirt bikes and the old quad bike. So what do you like to hunt from?
Can you hear me now?
Yep, clear as day.
All right, good. I don't know. I think it's that stupid cheap XLR cable. But anyway, not that important. Yep. Fixed anyway.
Yep. Oh, and the comments are coming in thick and fast. So back hunting with a backpack. Matt Cato says hunting for what? Anything really. I normally hunt the same way.
Bring some of them up on the screen. Bring some of them up.
Yeah. Matt Cato. Oh, where did that go? Yeah. Hunting for what? Well, basically, pretty much most things people hunt for pests and that pest control. So let's just say pest control, because when you're hunting for deer, you're pretty much stalking. So if you're just hunting for pests, and which is like you get a lot of things. We won't go into too much detail for the algorithm thing. They'll ban us. But yeah. So if you're not stalking deer, how do you hunt? What vehicle do you take out with you?
Well, I normally just go on foot, but I mean, I drive my 4-wheel driving. But then again, sometimes, I've just, I know the spots I'm going to go to. I know the spot that I'm going to walk into. So I drive down. Sometimes I know the spot. I know the game trail. I know where I'm going to go. And I just pull up, man. Sometimes I've pulled up 200 meters, just got the gun out, walked into where I want to sit, bang. And 20 minutes later, I've shot a deer, like literally 200 meters from the car. But I just had most of my success sitting, finding the spots, and then waiting, and then basically sitting and stalking that way. I mean, just because you're getting the one up on the deer, especially when you're hunting deer, of course. They tend to be onto you very, very quickly. If you're walking around, mate, they're onto you straight away. They're, especially if they've been shot at too.
What about roo shooting and pests and all that sort of thing?
Well, I've never shot roos, so I wouldn't know, to be honest. But I've shot other pests, same thing: rabbits, foxes, goats. Goats are pretty good. Actually, I don't mind goats. Aaron Johnson said, which I really regret. Aaron, I'll tell you this. He said, get the old postie bike. Well, you know what? I used to have one. I really did. I love that thing. I should never have sold it, and now they've proved, and it was a Mickey Mouse one too. and they've proved to be really, really expensive now, which is
Yeah.
disappointing. I should have kept it, but
I've been looking for one now. Queensland's going to the old man bun electric bikes, quad bike things with little umbrellas on and stuff like that. And they are getting a bit pricey up here too. I've been looking for one myself. West Coven, from a
yeah.
lawn chair. Yep, civilized. A lawn chair, that's a go.
West Coven, it's our buddy Pat from California, West Covina
Yeah.
Dodge.
Yeah, they got a bit more liberal gun laws there. So, yep, you don't, yeah, it's not like over here.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, good topics to talk about tonight. Very interesting, and we're going to be getting your input. This is going to be centered not around just what we're saying, but what you guys are saying as well. We're going to bring up a lot of your comments. We know we were speaking to I was anyway speaking to Matt Cato there, and he was said they like that sort of thing too. People bringing the stuff up, getting your guys' input. So we're going to endeavour to actually do a lot more of that instead of two big buffheads. Just talking crap. So.
Yeah. Yeah, here's Tracer out the window of the ute with the kids shooting off the back. Misses on gate duties. Oh, that's good. So when it comes time to open the gate, do you just clap your hands? Gate open.
Yeah, I mean, that's the hardest part. Sometimes if you go on your own, you've got to have a mate. And I was like, and sometimes I've had to be the quote unquote what they call the male gate bitch, so to speak. So which is a bit disappointing. Yeah. Who likes being on gate duties? It's good, maybe not too bad not really in summertime because
it doesn't really bother me.
If you get out of the car, then you're freezing as well, and you're touching the cold steel, and then you got to get some gloves, and it's not really.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't really bother me. I like this. The lazy way. Use your own. That's the lazy way. Use your own legs. Yeah, when you're 50 years old, you just I get buggered walking 200 odd meters down to my letterbox from my house. So yeah.
Trundle says shoots most critters from the vehicle. Cliff Lee, this is a good one. Yeah, someone else's buggy or car or ute.
It sounds exactly. Like we're talking about this as well about fishing because we're looking at going on a charter boat fishing for the Christmas party this year for the business, and
exactly.
The best boat is someone else's. That's for sure.
Hey, I was on a boat on a weekend. Swear to God, there's this place that I wanted to go and basically on the Hawkesbury River here in Sydney. And I know there's sort of jewfish there, or so I've heard. I've been trying for years to get a jewfish. Anyway, anyone that knows Muzz, he used to do the show with me on AHP. We used to do straight shooting. So he bought a boat a couple of months ago. So he goes, oh, well, let's go out on the boat. We'll spend Saturday. Anyway, went out. We went to this spot, and I thought, oh, this is normally a Jew spot for a Jewfish spot, Mulloway. And then all of a sudden, literally, he's pulled in two Jewies within the space of about 50, only small ones, little school Jews, Mulloway. And I was like, man, I can't believe it. We weren't even prepared. And I'm like, I've been trying years just to even get a bycatch of Mulloway, but I've been unsuccessful. Then within 10 minutes, he pulls in two. They're only schoolies, but still, it was pretty good fun, man, just getting out there and getting on just learning sort of the Sydney fishing scene. I've been a fair bit, but not sort of in a boat, but yeah.
Yeah, well, Matt Outdoors say goats are interesting to watch climbing. Yeah, I agree totally. But I did go shooting one night, and it was just for it got dark, and there was a whole heap of goats of like up on the mountainside, the hillside, and it's just like we're going to shoot them. It was just like shooting fish in a barrel because they had nowhere to go. So it was pretty easy. Felt a little bit guilty because it's just like it was too easy.
Yeah, exactly.
I got over that real fast.
This is a funny one too. Aaron said, instead of UTVs, get an old Suzuki 4x4, same footprint. Well, I did, man. All I ever caught was bloody shit. I had the old Suzuki Vitara. Everyone says, what was my profession? Was I a hairdresser? Because all the hairdressers used to drive Suzuki Vitaras or the soft tops and all that. Mine wasn't a soft top. Mine was a hard top. But that little thing wasn't too bad, the little Suzuki.
Yeah, it's definitely a gay car. That's for sure. I'm sorry. It's not a Dodge Ram or anything.
Well, it's a hairdresser's car. I wouldn't exactly, say that, but yeah. Yeah, Foxy 86 is in the stream. He said hello, Foxy.
Yeah,
good to see you.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Tankmaster. Aaron, the whole week now, our posties have gone back to some Hondas looking like EVs. Has crapped out already. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
Mm.
Anything electric, mate, you're just bowing down to the greenies. Might as well grow a man bun and start eating soy if you're going to buy an electric vehicle, if you ask me. But yeah, those things are just so unreliable. Um,
Mm.
to see someone crash their Tesla this week, and it tipped on its side, and the poor bugger inside got absolutely sprayed and burnt to pieces from battery acid.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, well, would
Yeah.
not own one of those pieces of. Plus, apart from they're pieces of junk,
I
expensive
mean,
rubbish, and that could happen. And yeah, it's just and you're just playing into the greenies' hands. They're trying to force this garbage onto us, and people who buy electric vehicles are just playing into their hands. That's it. Would you go
yeah.
out? Okay, guys, would you go out hunting with an electric vehicle?
Hey, I've seen people go out on the electric
A
bikes, but I
Prius?
mean, no, you can't go out. But are they going to make those, good four-wheel drives? My concern is if you're out in the outback, how are you going to charge, especially if you go, way a fair way within, 300, 400, 500 kilometers of sometimes places are
Nah.
very, very far between. And even then, you're not going to be able to get charging facilities. So,
Well, you look at the F-150. They drove. I think the comparison to the Dodge Ram or the Chevy or something like that. The petrol, and they drove the F-150 electric, the one that's coming out. They got 100 k's towing a caravan before it ran out of juice.
yeah, well, I mean, Colin said with regards to fishing, what do you say? Pleasure Point looks like a nice fishing spot. Oh, is that all that goes on there, Colin? Let us know in the comments. Is it really fishing, or is there something else going on at Pleasure Point, if you know what I mean?
I've actually been working on the a beachfront home today. You'll actually see on my other channel tomorrow. I'll put up a video of what I saw. It was the most unbelievable thing you'd ever see. Mold in a house. It was like a horror movie. It was
Mm,
unbelievable.
exactly. Who else we
Right
got
on,
here before we get in?
right on the
Go on.
waterfront up in Brisbane.
Sean White says bow hunting is the best for goats. It's challenging. Yeah, I mean, I think any bow hunting is challenging, man. I got a lot of respect for those guys that go bow, especially deer. I mean, pigs can't see as much; they'll still whinge you. Then vision is not the best. You can normally get up relatively to a certain degree on those, but deer, man, how you get in bow hunting distance. I mean, if you're sitting and waiting and they pop out right in front of you in a good spot, I can imagine, or a tree stand or something, but. Mate, stalking in on them and not being seen, man, that takes some skill. I don't think I'll ever have that skill, but yeah, interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Mr. Wonderful says he's knocking off a butter chicken. Phew, mate, I love butter chicken too. I'm
Oh,
with you. I'm with you.
yeah. I do like the old curry. I love a vindaloo. Good hot vindaloo.
Yeah.
That's for
Oof.
sure. Love
You
it.
pay him back for that after going to the toilet later on. I mean,
Yeah, I live out in the countryside, guys. There's not much around here, and we did have a fantastic Indian restaurant, like a takeaways, and it got closed down because there were things running all over the food, and we'd all been eating there for like a year.
yeah, Mr. Wonderful. Sorry, not Mr. Wonderful. Sorry, Aaron Johnson said he goes, screw what others think. It'll do the same job, much cheaper on parts, which is the Suzuki Vitara. But they make a great little hunting rig. I've got to admit, they're probably
They
just a
do,
bit light on space. They're a bit
they
light on
do go,
space,
they do go everywhere. That's for sure.
and they've got a real short wheelbase too, which makes them pretty handy out there. I'd never had any problems with it. It was a great little car. I mean, I reckon it'd be great picking up secondhand just for a farm vehicle too. I mean,
You've
driving
seen
long
them,
distances, it was a bit of a pig going up freeways, which was a bit annoying. But what do you do?
but the price of them up here, they are so expensive now. Like 5, 6,000, 10,000, 11,000. People just want stupid money for these little things. It's just unbelievable.
Harp said I'd go hunt an electric vehicle. I'm not sure if he means. Um,
I've seen a
and,
couple of
and
ATV sort of electrics. I can understand that because they're deadly quiet. But when it comes to road vehicles, no.
Now, we've just spoken on the internet. So Matt Cato just sent me a message of a big jewfish that he caught. No, I mean, now he's just showing off, mate. Yeah.
You
Mine
got
was about the size of, or Mario, sorry, maybe the size of, maybe 30, 40, probably 40 centimeters at best, 35, 40. It was only a little schoolie. And then he sends me this 25, 30 kilo job, it looks like. Yeah, nice one.
Well, see the photo.
Oh, I don't want to show it. If he wants to show it, he can. I mean, I don't want to, just in case. I mean, he might not want me to.
The photo of fish.
Well, just in case, you should always ask. Anyway, what else we got here? Read out some comments. Put them up.
I'm just looking for some.
I'm just looking at some here too. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah.
Sean said yes. He found bow hunting the deer, the ultimate challenge in Australia. Yeah, Foxy's just smashed tacos. Also love tacos, as you can tell by my stature and frame. I do like the tacos. I do like the curries. I do like the.
Well, Jason's just started making my recipe of the chili, and he loves it.
Well, I've got to start eating slop now. I've got no choice, man. Saves me having to buy a takeout.
Give me crap about my chili for so long, and now he's enjoying it. He's cooking it. Not MKR Buster. He says, "Hey guys, wanted to get a new shotgun for hunting. Anyone has experience with the Windmark lever release? No, I have not, but there is a lot of lever release shotguns coming out now. So I don't know if the laws have changed. They've loosened it up especially after the Berica and that. They did a 180 on the Berica and the owner of Berica sorted a lot of things out himself and paid for it all himself because no one else would help him. And it was really good. And he's.
Let me see if I can get it. See I'm just trying to get the angle because it's blowing out. It's a bit harder. Well, there he is. Sorry if no one can see it. Yeah, sorry. There we go. Is that better? There we go. What a show off, guys. A legend. Look at that. That's my dream right there. That is my dream. So
yeah, nice. So guys, if you have tried a Windmark lever release, go and tell us in the comments so you can help MKR out.
I always said when I was doing the other stream before, when you used to be at Gary's at Bounds Plains, people say, it depends on what you're hunting, man. If you're hunting a lot of birds or something, then I'd definitely probably get like an under and over or something. But if you're going to be, throwing it around and so forth, man, definitely one of those lever style in like what do they call them? Plastic sort of, what do they call them? Polymer type one, synthetic, I should say. That's the better term. Don't go the wood because they get thrashed around a bit, especially if you're doing a lot of that sort of, quad bike pig hunting, back of the ute pig hunting, all that sort of stuff, man. So just, that's what I think anyway. But I mean, time will tell long term how many rounds they can handle before they start playing up those lever releases. But, they're cheap, man. So if it does play up, you might be able to get it fixed. If it doesn't, out with the old, in with the new,
And that's why we're really lucky about Campbell Newman when he was in power here. He bought the 1-for-1 swap in with a PTA. No PTA. You want another shotgun, same caliber, same action. Just take it in, swap it out, and that's it. No PTAs involved.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one step in the correct direction for our gun laws up here. And actually, a politician did it.
Yeah, Neil says go the souvlaki. Yeah, mate, like that too, man. I love, I don't know, maybe the Lebanese started, I don't know, the Middle Easterns or whatever, but, the meat over charcoal, lamb, chicken, koftas, Adana, all that. Oh, mate, when you come to my house, Neil, one day, we'll get you on. Well, he's probably already had it as well, but, we'll get you onto some nice charcoal lamb. Oh, mate, delicious.
Yeah, some of the pictures Jason sends me of the stuff he's cooking is pretty good. Thank you, Ace, for the super chat. Thank you very much for that. And thank you, Mickey G, for the super chat. Howdy, everyone. Remember to line up the like button with your favorite rifle and then put a round down range and give it a hit. Definitely. Thank you very much, Mickey G, for supporting the show.
Mickey's got a character as his profile picture. What is that? I don't think that's him. It looks like
that's Walking Dead.
Oh, is it?
Carl of Walking Dead from the graphic novel. I'm pretty sure Mickey G. Tell us if we're wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's Carl off The Walking Dead.
Well, hang on. I never said it was that. You'll be wrong. You'll be wrong.
I'll be wrong. Yes, I'll be wrong. Yeah.
Well, there we go. So anyway, there's a follow-up. No, not MKR Bus. He said he already got a side-by-side for clays and ducks. Yeah, well then definitely go one of those lever actions or straight pulls, or I think even that. What's that new one we'll talk about last week? The Bushmeister. That's the lever release one.
Yeah,
which would be good too.
Yeah, there's so many coming out now. So obviously, the laws were changed, and so obviously they can bring them out. It started off with the old Verni Caron,
Yeah.
fantastic rifle. Now they are pure quality. The boys from Verni Caron are fantastic. There, I've known them for many years now. Their rifles are fantastic, but they are expensive, and they had problems. And now with the importing, obviously everything's sorted itself out, and it has now become yeah, something must have changed because now they're all making them and bringing them in.
Mm.
So it's
Yeah, we'll
fantastic to
do a
see.
bit of we'll do the participant shout out. And as I always say, guys, I'm really sorry. I can already tell now from the amount of people commenting, there's people missing from here. So I'm sorry, it's not me, it's goddamn YouTube. I don't know how
Yeah.
the participants work. I thought if you laid a comment, it would show up, but I don't know how it works. So anyway,
Well,
we've got Ace one.
we get over 1.5 to 2,000 comments per show for an hour, and it's really hard to see everyone's comment. We try our best, but you got to make your comments stand out for us to really see it. But it is hard to see everyone's comment because we get up to 2,000 per show because I get a counter when the show finishes how many comments. It's averaging 1.5 to 2,000 per night. So we apologise if we do miss your comment. We do try our best.
Let's go. Participants: Ace One, Aaron Johnson, Badger James, Cliff Lee. I was going to say Cliff, so just that came out. It was going to come out wrong then. Dat Dank Bloke, Ecstatic Pessimist, Foxy 860, Harps 666, Matt Outdoor Adventures, Matt Rumsey, Mickey G, Mr. Wonderful. Who else have we got? Matt sorry, go back. Iron Regiment, Harps 666. Sorry if I did that again. I just lost my position in the queue. Matt Outdoors Adventures, Matt Rumsey, Mickey G, Mr. Wonderful, Mr. Griffo 117, Mr. John Boy 1965, Neil Constance now, Neil H, not MKR Buster, Southern Star Review, Stan Long Range Pension and Manch, Tankmeister, Bushranger Brotherhood, Shib User C1, and William. My apologies if anyone else is on there. It's not intentional. M. Trundle just popped up as well. If I didn't read his. Yeah, sorry, guys. I wish YouTube would sort this bloody thing out. I don't know how on earth it works. I really don't.
No, exactly. We try our best, guys. But we do realise a lot of you are in here, and we do appreciate all your support. Here's a comment we get quite a bit from Mr. Griffo. Hey, I was out at the range on the weekend, and the guy was saying that in New South Wales you can store your rifles with the bolt still in.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's same with up here in Queensland. You can, but because it says the action must be broken. So technically, we know. Hey, don't take our word for it. We're just what we interpret it. What we say may be wrong, so don't take what we say at all as correct.
Well, I think I was
No,
only checking that a couple of months ago as well. Like, I mean, some people say, oh, don't keep the magazine in them, but I'm again, check this yourself. I would say this, with the caveat of checking yourself. I
it
mean,
has to be
again,
unloaded at least. It has to be unloaded.
of course, it's got to be unloaded, but there's no legislation. Again, I know our buddy Colin Penfold will be up on this, no doubt, but there's no restriction on bolts or magazines in New South Wales. The example would be a straight pull has a force-connected magazine. You can't remove that. So same goes for detachable box magazines or like tickers or those sort of things. I mean, again, there's no issue with that whatsoever. Bolts and or magazines. Obviously, you don't have ammo in your magazine, obviously. But because again, how many times have we left bolts at home, guys? I've done it.
Yeah.
You've done it. We've all done it. Or if I've got 3 or 4 of the same rifle, I've got to start reading numbers on the bottom of it to see which one goes in which gun.
Yeah,
Gets
exactly.
annoying.
But most people keep their magazines in their rifle just so they don't lose it. So that and they know when they get that the magazine's there and it's matched up and there's no hunting around for it or misplacing it at all. But they
And
say it must be open or broken. They said so. A double barrel shotgun, a coach gun, must be broken. So it has to be open. But my problem is that you could get technically dust and crap or whatever in it, but you don't want it knocking around. It doesn't go and sit in your safe, right? So you don't want to risk damaging it, but you spend a lot of money on some of these guns. Bolt action, that's easy enough. Have the bolt open, but a lever action, you've got to have the lever broken and it's sticking out. Could get knocked, bent, or whatever.
I mean, also too, listen, if you just want to make sure, especially when you're traveling, and there's no requirement when you're traveling either. Obviously, ammo in a separate box, but if you're really just in case you get an overzealous cop who doesn't know the law, I mean, there's options there of putting the bolt and the magazine, obviously an unloaded magazine, in your ammo box as well. You can do that. Even if you did have the bolt in and or magazine, and you could use a trigger lock if you just wanted to make sure that you don't get some overzealous cop that thinks they know what they're talking about and they don't really, and it's going to cost you a couple of $1,000 for a lawyer because they don't know the law. So listen, sometimes just don't be your own enemy. But at the end of the day, legislation is legislation, so you can't. I'm just doing what they say to do. Like you're fulfilling the criteria of the legislation, so no problem.
Yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, but when you get that phone call about your safe check, I would avoid all arguments, all hassles. Make sure you go through, take those magazines out, take the bolts out, and put them in separate parts of your home, just so there's no arguing. You don't want any arguing when it comes to your safe check, or what I like to say, invasion of privacy check. So just make sure when it comes, take those bolts out, get everything out of there, and store it separately, just so there's no arguing, no problems.
Now I know Mumbles Munchies, I know who that is, said don't store your bolt with ammo. It's a firearm part. Well, most people generally, if they've only got really one box. I don't know anyone. I mean, okay, I'll repeat that. Does anyone store the bolt, the ammo, and obviously the gun separately? So we know the gun would be, maybe on your back seat or something in a gun bag. Maybe you got one of those ammo cans that have got the, your magazine and your box of ammunition or your reloads for etc. Who stores their bolt in there? Because as far as I'm aware, that's not an issue at all because there's no restriction. At least I'm talking New South Wales here. Obviously, you can't have a loaded gun, be carrying a loaded gun, and the ammo must be stored separate in a lockable box. That's pretty much legislation New South Wales. So. I mean, yeah. So here we go. Matt Rumsey, all guns, ammo, and bolts, all separate. Bloody hell! All right, yeah, you be.
Yeah, well, I take
But
my
again,
bolt out.
they can do that, but that doesn't mean it's legislation. You have to do that. It's not doesn't mean you have to, especially in New South Wales.
But I just find in this country, you just have to go overboard, because they can just interpret it in the law as they like, the police, and then bang, even though they're wrong, and you're going to get your guns back, it's just a hassle and it costs you money, and you don't want that. You're on the way to hunting trip, and because they interpret it differently to how you see it, they can take your guns and there's the end of your hunting trip. What I do is I got my bag, my rifle bag, and it's got the pocket in it. I take the bolt out. I wrap the bolt in like a towel, like a tea towel, just to protect it. Put that in the pocket so it's separate from the gun, and then I have the ammo locked in a separate ammo box.
Yeah, listen, yeah, I get it.
Because your action must be broken, so that means the bolt's got to be open. You don't want to put an open bolt where it can get knocked around and bent and moving around while you're traveling.
Listen, everyone's asking a lot of questions here. Listen, I'll get the legislation next week. Or the week after, or whenever we do the next show, and we'll talk about it because, a lot of people doing a lot of different things here. Because some people they said they store the bolt in the gun bag, but I mean, there's no requirement to lock the bolt up, so you could have it in the gun. I mean, in the bag. I mean, at the end of the day, in the bag, in the pouch on the gun bag is just basically the same as having it inside the gun because it's not secure, but it doesn't have to be. But anyway, we'll get that for next time because we'll go through. I think that's an important one, especially if you're in New South Wales. But in the meantime, play reasonable, follow the legislation. It's just simple as that. Yeah.
And as Matt said, better safe than sorry, and I agree 100%. So if you're traveling, well, you don't want, because you got to have your action open. You don't want your bolt rattling around in the back of the action being.
But hang on, what do you do then with straight pulls? It's not really possible, other than you pulling the pin out to do it. So that's why example.
You got to lock the bolt open.
Yeah, well,
and then you're compressing the spring continuously.
But even if I lock the bolt open, all I've got to do is press the button and slide it back anyway. So again,
that doesn't matter. At least the bolt's open.
Well,
but you don't really want to have the bolt open and having the spring compressed continuously.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
At the end of the day, they got to be pretty damn petty to do you for something. And traveling with an open lever action, having it open, it'll get bent and damaged. Simple, it just will do. You can't have the lever action broken
Yeah,
while you're traveling,
and that's
and it
why.
won't even fit in a gun bag.
Yeah, it doesn't say in the legislation, I must have bolt action bolts in here. Otherwise, what? Yeah, your lever actions. What about your
That's why they
you
say
know?
it must be open. The action must be broken. That means it
Well, I
has
don't
to
know
be
if it says
open.
that in New South Wales. I don't think it
It
says
does.
that.
It
But
does
again,
up
I'll go
here.
next week. Okay, maybe it
Definitely
does.
does up
But
here.
then, how do you do that? I mean, if you've got a gun bag, how do you break open an action on a like an under and over shotgun, for an example? Like if it's cracked like that, you're not going to be able to, unless it's just cracked, possibly. But then again, you're not
Yeah.
going to be able to close the bag.
Or take it apart. Take the barrel off.
I mean, yeah, most people, mate, I've got those boxes. The guns come in the square box where you disconnect the front and the back. I don't even use those anymore. I've just got those good canvas gun bags and I just use them. But anyway, we're getting on a bit, man, off topic. So we're going to sit there. We just talk about the topic at hand tonight. Let's go.
We will do. So, as we all know, we commented on a couple of months ago about Western Australia actually rewriting their gun laws from beginning to end, like a full rewrite. This is it. They're going to make their own crap up. So, it's been in the news again this week. So, uh, it's been in the news, but I found the actual New South Wales statement here on the government website, which is dated back to March. So we'll have a quick look at this. There we go. Quick look at this. This is it here. You can do a quick Googly search and you'll find this, and it just talks a quick about it. But it's been in the news again this week saying about it. So here we go. The new legislation. The McGowan government is embarking on the biggest overhaul of firearm laws in Western Australian history. Premier Mark McGowan and Police Minister Paul Parler today announced extensive stakeholder and community consultation and commented as a part of complete rewrite of the WA 5-decade-old Firearms Act. So rewrite, man, you see where this is going, don't you, Jason? We want this. The police don't like this. The police don't want you doing anything. Western Australia, for people overseas and that, or even Australia, don't know, they have the worst most restrictive gun laws. They don't want you enjoying the sport at all over there. It just goes on. While there have been several amendments to the Act over the years, there has been no structural reform since the Act enhanced back in 1973. Well, what about the 1998? I think that was a 1996. I think that was a pretty big overhaul, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Yeah. New police. See, this all comes back to what the police want, and aren't the police not meant to? They're not meant to influence the government officials, are they?
No, we're not supposed to. I mean, but
New
what
police.
happens and what really happens is two different things.
Yeah, new police figures reveal Western Australians now own more than 349,000 guns. That's 60% jump in the numbers of licenses compared to 13 years ago. Well, it's come down to simple fact. You ban something, people want it more. Don't ban stuff, and then 9 times out of 10, everything will be fine. At the same time, the number of Western Australian gun holders has fallen. Yeah, because we've talked about this before. And we've had you guys on the show saying that how expensive it was in New South Wales. It's simple. They people just get priced out of the market, or does that go bad? People have had a gut full of Western Australia and just bailed, so they're not really new because they don't live there anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I want to do this one here as well. This is the most interesting one, guys. I've got the email here. Where did I do with it? Bloody hell! Now this one's
Australian one.
Yeah. This one's interesting because
I got that right here. I'll bring that up as well.
No, it's is it that one? No. Well, that's similar, but I'll read the other one though because this one's a little bit different. That's a longer one. I want to read this one, guys. Yeah, I'll just show it to you here. So basically, I won't show it to you. I'll just read it. But Gun Control Australia, the winter updates. This is an email. Always good to keep up with what the enemies are doing. Going forward, we are aiming to provide quarterly updates. Nothing really exciting there. Talking about guns. Australian advocacy. Recently, we recently met with the members of the Australian Gun Safety Alliance in Canberra to reflect 25 years of advocacy since Port Arthur. Man, they're still going on about it. And discuss opportunities to collectively advance our advocacy work. We have convened a number of new cross-sector working groups in relation to specific issues and continue to work closely with the medical profession. Yes, we've got to watch out for that. The medical people too that have been spruiking on recently, that when they shouldn't be. In relation to specific jurisdictions, they've got some dot points here. We are fortunate enough to enjoy strong relationships with the new federal government, who we will continue to engage with. Our Western Australian members are participating in government consultation on the rewrite of their firearms legislation. We congratulate the WA government for having the courage to stand up to the gun lobby and address the number of firearms in the state. There is more than one firearm for every 8 people in New South Wales, which is an alarming figure, according to these people, and a surprise to many. Not really, shouldn't be. We continue to speak to a number of governments about the lack of balance on their firearms advisory councils, as many advisory bodies are heavily stacked towards pro-gun advocates, and some exclude gun control advocates entirely. Then they bang on about the US, about some dead children again, which you know what they do. They just step on the lives and the memories of these
dancing
dead
in the blood of the dead
of the kids, just to get a reaction. That because that I think Ben Shapiro said it the best before. If you somehow they go, well, if the kids have passed away, which obviously is a terrible thing. If you don't agree with gun policy, then somehow we're such evil people. But again, what they know, they're using these emotive topics. Anyway, they talk about some other projects they've got running, which is not really that interesting. But the main part there that I wanted to highlight was the fortunate enough to enjoy strong relationships with the new federal government, who we will continue to engage with. And then also the one in regards to medical as well. We saw the Medical Association, was it last year before, a couple of times, banging on about gun laws. And it's like, mate, you're not there to do that. You're there to heal people. I mean, that's really your only job. If someone comes in, you treat them. That's your job. Not to do anything else really at the end of the day. So I don't know why they're getting involved, but what have you got, Aaron? Follow up on that one?
There's been a few articles here. There is, I'm just trying to read it here. Actually, I've just brought it up about the SSAA. Reckon they're going to have a good crack at it. They're not going to stand for much, which surprises all of us, really, doesn't it? That they're going to, not let more restrictions come in. So I guess that's one good thing, even though we don't exactly support everything they say, but at least they said that and didn't bang on about working behind the scenes. They really do want to not going to allow it, because pretty much you've got to belong to the SSAA for here over in Western Australia, because there's not a lot of other options over there to get a genuine reason to own a gun. So it's sort of all tied up.
Exactly. But okay, let's go on a flip side, just to get people involved in the stream. What do you guys think going to happen? Because I just got a feeling, knowing WA, it's not going to be good.
Get better.
It's not going to be good. No, it's not going to get better.
What
do you guys think?
My predictions is the costs of everything are going to go up. I know.
Well, it's already expensive. It's already expensive.
I reckon it'll go up more. Well, who really lives in WA? Most people are fly-in, fly-outs, or they work in the mines because they make ridiculous money. And when they've had enough and their time's up, they bail. So they come back to Queensland or New South Wales or Victoria, pretty much. I scored one of the best deals ever on a firearm, on my Ruger GP100 revolver. Beautiful gun. I highly recommend grabbing one. They are great guns. And the guy was leaving for WA that week, and he hadn't sold it yet. I got it for like $350 or $400. It was like at the time, a $900 gun secondhand. But he was leaving within days, and he just had to unload it. I was in the right place at the right time, watching him shoot it at my pistol club, and I commented. I said, "No, it's a nice gun. I'm looking for one of those." He goes, "Well, Hey, you want to buy it? I'm leaving. Because I said, oh, aren't you going to take it WA with you? He said, no. The amount of money to shoot and own a gun in WA was ridiculous. Just to transfer it once he has his gun license over there. He goes, I'm going there to make money for 10 years. He said, I'm not even going to get a gun license. I'm selling all my guns and everything to do with shooting. I won't shoot over there or anything for 10 years. I'm there to make money and then get the hell out of that place and then come back because he had a good paying job in the mines.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people that live there. I just feel sorry for them paying such exorbitant amounts to have a firearms license and how much they're paying for, PTAs, the licensing they've got to do pretty much, what is it, every year? I mean, it just sounds bloody horrible, doesn't it? But what do you guys think is going to happen? Like, let's talk about specifically, categories A. Huh?
Jacker, ban on centre fires over 308 projectile, magazine capacity 10 rounds on everything. No more centre fire pistols. Expansion on public interest, cause powers is what I think. Yeah, and that's the sort of thing I was
Could
thinking.
be right.
There'll be a caliber, and I think 308 will pretty much be it. Pistols, yeah, that's a
Really?
good idea.
What? Not even 300 Win Mag or 300
No,
WSM or 300 Remington Ultra
there
Mag,
have been
etc. Really?
noises and about all over the show about they don't want anything higher than the 308.
Well, ADV Mark had a good one actually. He goes, just thing is WA. He goes, you just buy 1,000 acres of land for 200 grand and shoot on your own place. That's what he did, mate. It's probably getting that way, isn't it? It really is probably getting that way, that you have to literally buy your own land because one, it's going to be hard access in future.
Well, I'll tell you what, 1,000 acres for 200 grand, you ain't getting that anywhere in Queensland unless you live right in the Wops, and you still got to go to work, and there's no work in those places.
What do guys think? You reckon Jacker one's on the money? What do you guys think? Is that similar? I
reckon that's going in the right direction. What I think they'll be after, that's for sure.
When Aaron says going in the right direction, the direction of Jacker is saying it's going. Not that we like it. Not that we like it, obviously.
Not at
just
all.
To be
no
clear
more
about
gun
that.
bans. Not at all. No.
Well, yeah,
Nothing.
We don't want
never
gun
give
bans
on
at
it.
all.
Never give up on anything. What else we got here? Yep, here's a good one. It's what we've always said and is well known. Looking over how if people want guns, they'll get them or make them. Exactly. I saw a post this week. Today, I'm going to put it up on the Instagram page. Go sign up to the Instagram. They just caught the Brazil police just caught a homemade full auto 50 BMG submachine gun in the hands of a drug cartel. Homemade. This thing was unbelievable. I'd even be scared of shooting the bloody thing.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let us know in the comments, guys. What do you think? You think he's on the money? What do you think the laws would be? Would that be, do you think what they would try and do? Let's have a look. Dat Dank Bloke says, I'd have more respect for politicians in WA if they just ban everything rather than just the most convoluted and stupid laws. Well, I hope they wouldn't ban anything, but I mean, that's what. I think what he's trying to say is, they're constantly just nipping at the heels, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit more ban, a little bit more, and then eventually you've got nothing
Testing
left.
the waters.
Which is, yeah, exactly. Seeing what they can get away with. Now, I did read, I think, SSAA, we're going to do something. What that is to remain to be seen. So I guess we'll just play that by ear. But
I'm surprised they actually came out and said that publicly. But good on them if they do. Because, I don't think anyone else is really going to do it.
Well, I think most of us would like to see them do that, or do something at least, do something.
I'd say they have the most members paying them. They definitely want to see value for their money, don't they?
Exactly, yeah.
Mad Outdoors, WA lost the plot when they took gel blasters away. Drink the Kool-Aid. I think that's basically every state, because every state has some form of restrictions or pure ban on gel blasters, a children's toy.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
We've got
what else we got there? I'm just reading the comments.
People are saying 5 rounds. They could reduce everything to 5 rounds. Okay, banning the 308. Here's a good one by Dirty Fox. If they restrict to 308, how about 303s? The old Lithgows.
Mm,
That's above 308. A bit of Australian history. Yeah, exactly. The entire Australian culture is almost dead now because of PC stuff. So I don't think
mm.
they're going to care about the gun laws. They're happy to stomp on Australian culture for. So they don't really care about the gun laws, about Australian history.
Tankmeister's gone pretty hardcore. So Tankmeister says single shot 22s only. You reckon they could go that full on very quickly? I mean, whenever they rewrite this, probably the next, 12 to 24 months. I mean,
Yeah.
anything's possible, man. Listen, hey, I wouldn't rule it out necessarily. Maybe that's me being a little bit paranoid, but with the Australian government, you never know, And we did read. It was interesting because Aaron, I wanted to bring that. I can't remember the guy's name, but it was on the comments of last week's video. Oh, saying we don't know about constitutions and what else did he say? I saw the comment on there. We don't know about the monarchy.
We don't understand it, and all
we don't
that.
understand it. It's like, what don't we understand? Listen, in theory, it's probably a good idea, but at the end of the day, man, they're not going to give you any more rights. So we can talk about, the monarchy, republic, being a republic, having a constitution, but I mean, at the end of the day, most people don't really care because it doesn't really affect their day-to-day lives. But as I said, if they're going to constantly, be difficult all the time and not give us any rights and probably make things a lot harder, why would you vote for it? It doesn't make any sense.
Yep. And here's Cliff Lee. And yeah, we've heard this a few times before, restricting on I think they're trying to in New South Wales, restrict the amount of rifles and shotguns you actually can physically own. Greens want we only have 5 rifles or gun each. Yeah, we've heard that before. That could be in that gun laws as well, restricting how many rifles or pistols or shotguns you can have. Because I've always thought how ridiculous it is to have a pistol license and a rifle license, two separate things. Because you can have a certain, like I think it's up to like 30 rifles here in Queensland before any restrictions and 30 pistols. But imagine if now I'm starting to think, if they put that together in one, they're going to restrict it even more. Maybe you could only have 15 rifles and 15 pistols. And so maybe it is a good thing that you've got to get a separate license for a pistol because you can have more.
Yeah, I mean, man, just I hope some of these people in the stream are wrong, to be brutally honest. I mean, I'm not in WA, but obviously I care about WA gun owners, and I don't want to see them.
I don't want to see anybody in Australia
have any dramas.
We should just be free to shoot and enjoy our sport, and everyone get on.
I know, but they keep saying, like even during what happened the last 2 years, they're always, seeing it as apparently as public safety. But I just don't believe that, man, because the way they turned on people the last 2 years and the things they were doing, I just don't think it's, I can't see it. I can't see that it's about public safety. I just think it's about, honestly, disarming people. I thought initially that's what, public safety, they really believe that, but maybe in their minds they do believe that. But at the end of the day, that's just really an excuse, I think, just to remove more guns out of the hands of people, which I think, we're just going to try whatever we can from a political level, from a legal level, just to try the best things we can, man, to be brutally honest.
Well, in here with the all this nonsense, you can do a quick Google and you'll find this. It just bangs on about public safety. It's all about public safety. That's all it goes on about, and that's their go-to thing. But Jace, before we get any further into it, we got to thank old Browns Plains for sponsoring this live stream, don't we? So we'd like to thank Gary and his son as well for supporting the show for almost 10 years. It's been supporting it, supplying with guns to review and talking and helping us out and letting us film in this shop. I don't think I've been any better sponsor than anyone else in Browns Plains Firearms. So if you're in Brisbane, please head down, show them some support, go buy something, even a box of ammo to help them out, and show the support for this channel. And all their support they've given us over the years. Gary is such a nice bloke, and everyone who works here is a pure hunter and gun enthusiast. There's no one there just there to collect a paycheck and hire. Like he hired someone not long ago, and he made sure they were a hunter and a shooter. So when those people come in, they can talk about it. So please go show some love if you're in Brisbane, down to Browns Plains Firearms. Tell them that you found out about them on this live stream, and I'm sure he will help you out. He's such a nice guy. So please go and support Gary and the Browns Plains Firearms. I know Jason likes it.
Yeah,
He's
I've
been
met
there
him.
several
He's
times.
a really, really nice guy, actually, a really nice guy. So I know a lot of these gun shops have done it real tough the last couple of years. So I've met him, and he's been nothing more than hospitable. What a top bloke. Yeah, good guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting one here. He makes a good point, actually. Tankmeister goes, well, that's the point, Jason. That's the one and only backbone of this country. Letting go of the Constitution as good as giving up. Everyone should support it. No, I wasn't saying that. I totally agree with you. But if you think politicians give two shits about the Constitution, you're just kidding yourself, man. We saw that during the thing that happened the last 2 years.
The woo-woo.
They're not supposed to. Yeah, the woo-noo. We'll call it the hoo-hoo, right? When the hoo-hoo was here, mate, they're not even allowed to shut down borders. They don't give two shits about shutting down a border on our asses, man. Like, that's what people think. Like, I hear this all the time. They said, wait until the Nuremberg trials start. These people have locked it up. Yeah, they've locked it up so tight that people think all of a sudden politicians are going to be held to account. No, they're not going to be held to account, man. We've seen it for years. Name one time where really a politician's been held to account. Like, if that was the case, Daniel Andrews would be gone right now. You know, he'd be just totally gone. The amount of stuff that he's done, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, they don't care about the Constitution. I think they just run off the fact that no one actually realizes there is an Australian Constitution. No, a lot of people, apart from a lot of people who actually, like in the live stream here, take the time to actually investigate things and want to know about things. I think the average Joe doesn't realize that Australia does have a full-on constitution. And I think, Queensland is the only state, I think, I could be wrong, actually has a state constitution as well that just trampled on and basically used as toilet paper by the politicians.
I mean, listen, I agree with it as much as all of us do. I totally 100% agree. You know, we should follow it. It's very important. It forms the backbone of the country. But, you know, politicians just go, oh, they laugh at us, man, like when we say that sort of thing. But,
make out you're a nutcase and a
agree with
conspiracy theorist. Here's Mr. John Boy, 1965. Yeah. Could you imagine an Australian Constitution now? Yeah, I could, and it would be bad if we became a republic and they had to write a new constitution. Yeah, it would be bad. Labor's left-wing constitution would not involve any form of new rights for us and rights. It won't be like the American Constitution, their founding fathers. It would not be like that. I can tell you that now. It would be a greeny left-wing, ban everything, don't look sideways, don't say anything. That's what it'll be. And that's why we cannot risk, until we get a proper government that's not so woke, we cannot ever risk have it becoming a republic.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to talk. I mean, it's a lot. It's a very deep hole, that one. I agree. I mean, John Boy says a woke constitution. He's probably right too. I mean, you know, I've just seen them piss on this stuff all the time. You know, they just don't care. They just treat us like servants, and you know what to do about it. Well, I don't know. You know, you try the political route, but they're just as bad, unfortunately. I mean, what do you do?
Matt's throwing a good question out there, guys. If you could only have 5 guns, I guess, what would you keep out of your collection? Now, okay, I'll open that up. Put it in your comments, guys. Your top guns that you own, what would you keep if you could only have 5, if you have more than 5? We'll put that out 5. As an pistol, lump that in with pistols and rifles. Jason, what would you keep?
Oh, what calibers, rifles? I don't know.
What would you keep?
Oh, we've got to have it 20. You've got to have it, what, brands? I just say types. So definitely
The
one
one
at
that
least
you
one.
own. One you own.
Oh, shit. I'd probably I'd keep one of the shotguns. Probably maybe the Beretta I've got. Then I'd probably keep one of the tickers. Well, I don't have that many. So 5, that's like maybe, I think I got about 12, 10, I think, 8, 9. I don't know how many I got now. Yeah, ticker, probably the Beretta, probably. I like that Bagara. That's definitely, I do like the Bagara.
Nice.
And yeah, they're probably definitely the 3. That's all I've got because they're the only ones that probably. Oh, and the 260 Remington. I'd have to keep that. That thing just, wow. I love it. I love it.
It's a nice gun. I would.
I wasn't shooting good that day when I was shooting you, but what do I do? Can't do anything.
I'd definitely keep my 6 Sauer P226, a Navy SEALs gun. Beautiful gun. I'd never ever part with that. I'd keep that. I'd keep the Ruger. Was it the Ruger Charger 9mm? I'd keep that. I'd keep the. Yep. I know it's not working yet, Jason, but I do. I have faith. Got to keep positive. Always be positive in life. Don't be a miserable crap stain on society. Always be positive. And I think you have to get. I'd have to keep the 6.5 PRC because I'm positive one day I'm going to get that going. I'd keep my 300 rum, which I'm actually looking for a new stock for that. And so what's that? That's 4 and what's the other one? And you're right. I'd probably keep. I've actually become a bit fond of the CZ 515 22. You're right. You got to keep. Oh no, I would definitely keep my CZ 452, which was my first gun I bought in Australia.
Didn't you have a Desert Eagle at one stage, or was that someone else?
I still got a Desert Eagle, but the entire my Desert Eagle, I still got it 44 Magnum, and the whole bolt blew apart, rotating bolt.
Shit.
So I've got to actually go in and get that fixed.
Yeah, Colin said Port, which is fair enough. Hey, he's like me. He goes, I don't have 5. He's only got 4. So it looks like Colin's keeping all his guns because naturally, well, we're just having a joke here, obviously, but he'll keep all his 4 because he doesn't have the 5 to do.
Good point.
What's Matt saying? He's got his 22, Matt Cato, 22 LR, 223, 243, 300 WSM, and a shotty. That covers all your bases, definitely as well.
Friend Cliff Lee, Flintlock, 50 cal. 303 lift. Oh, yeah. I forgot about my lift go restored. That's a hard one. One of those guns going to be knocked off from my lift go. America trap gun. That's one of Jason's favorite guns.
They are good.
1873 4440 Winchester. Oh, nice. 1858 Parker Hale. Yeah, I shot a couple of Parker Hales. They're nice guns. 2-band 58 cal. Nice. Obviously, Cliff likes his old school big bangers and the smoke throwers.
Yeah. Hey, nothing wrong with those. A lot of people like that stuff too.
I actually thinking of getting a flintlock pistol, old pirate gun, old school pure pirate
I remember when
gun.
my mum was into all the English stuff, man. She used to watch this show years ago. I don't know if anyone knows it. They just remade it a couple of years ago. It was called Poldark. And my mum loved it. She loves all the English shit. You know what I mean? I don't know. God knows why. But anyway, so they did a remake. And my dad's like, oh, I'd like to get a couple of those, pistols. Can I bring them back from England and that? Yeah, they got them for like $500. They're just like an ornament, And I said, hey, don't bring anything that looks. He goes, oh, you sure? And I said, yeah, you end up getting done for some sort of offense that they're saying it's, what do you call it, like a lookalike or whatever. Or, I said, don't try and get in it. I said, mate, if you want it, send me a link. I said, I'll have a look at it, send it to the registry, and then find out what the legalities are. But I said, don't do anything until I tell you,
Well, our friend Foxy here has an interesting collection. I'll keep my 50 BMG, my howitzer, my spud gun, and the Tommy gun. Oh, you only got 4 there. Maybe add a water pistol to that or a gel blaster. And Salty here has keep my Silver Pigeon, my Adler, Ruger Precision. Yeah. Oh, God, I got a Ruger Precision as well, and it's so accurate. My best grouping.
It wasn't on the day you were shooting it when I was there, that's for sure.
Yeah, but the second day was when I got that 100mm group.
I wish I
a
had
kilometre.
have I still got the video? I think I do, but I don't have you on the thing, man. I do remember, I think when you were shooting the gong, I was filming it and I could just hear the muttering in the
Oh,
background.
yeah. I've got to admit, I was pretty upset about that with the scope being out of whack. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But the second day when I fixed all that problem, that 100 mil group at a kilometre, that Ruger
Mm.
Precision T-bolt, yeah, not bad. I still reckon one of my favourite the favourite hunting rifle is my Hell's Canyon. But once again, maybe you guys can tell us. Um, have you had problems in Australia with your rubber stocks? The Hell's Canyon one is starting to get a little bit sticky.
I don't
You
know.
know how the
Nah,
rubber
not my,
goes?
yeah. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
Yeah, yep,
it's
yep.
just started doing that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
Colin here says, flintlock, no brass or primers needed. Yeah, it's probably
yeah.
the yeah. So if there's a primer shortage or a brass shortage, at least you can still shoot your flintlock.
Yeah, it's interesting because hey, what's he got? What is that? Is that black powder? I know one of my I
Yeah.
did the years ago. I did the Hunt Fest, and a really nice guy, Dan Field, who used to run Hunt. Well, he still he got a bit ill at the time, so I think he stopped Hunt Fest there for a while. But I'm not sure if a lot of people remembered Hunt Fest. It was a sort of get together like a shot expo sort of thing, but a bit smaller down in Narooma. And he shoots these sharps. Sharps, what is it? I'd have to ask him, but I'm
Oh,
pretty sure Sharps is black powder. Let me know. Sharps
yeah,
black
yeah.
powder, guys. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure it is.
Black powder cartridge. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I shot one at the range years ago. Yeah, they are nice.
Yeah. It's a sharp something or other. But I mean, he shots, I think I'm pretty sure he shot some good animals with that, man. So pretty crazy stuff. I love all that stuff. I like just in the big powder. Have you seen them? Boom. What was that thing in Sydney years ago? What was it called, guys? I know probably Colin's going to know it because he's a wealth of knowledge. Old Sydney Town. Remember they used to, it was like a little, you used to go there. I can't remember where it was, Old Sydney Town. And you used to turn up there and they'd do all the old hangings and it was like all the old buildings. They get big, they shoot the little guns and you'd have the big powder coming out. I mean, it was awesome back in the day, man. It was yeah, like anything that, yeah, it was like a I think Mickey G's right. It was like pre 1900s sort of way of life. And you go in there, you see the old buildings, they'd shoot the guns and black powder and they do the like mock hangings and stuff. Like it was pretty good stuff. Foxy 86 said, yeah, up near Gosford, I think. Yeah, I think you're right, man. And then
It,
of course, no one went there. Everyone got into Apple iPhones, and then no one gave a shit anymore, unfortunately.
yeah, the Sharps made a couple of interesting calibers. I'm just looking up here. The 5070 government and a 5090 Sharps.
Mm,
Very interesting. Yeah, they definitely made the bigger, older calibers, that's for sure. And I even heard, like here in Queensland, if the gun is over 100 years old, you can own it without a gun license because cartridges are so rare, you're not going to go hold a bank up or whatever it goes through their nutcases' heads who make the laws.
yeah.
I think there's something like that. If it's over 100 years old, you can own it because the caliber is no longer, you don't have to lock it up or anything. You can just hang it on your wall, sort of thing. I could be wrong, but I remember someone telling me that.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess to finish off soon,
Yep.
yeah, getting back to I guess the topic. The topic was the final chat about WA gun laws. I mean, what do you guys think about the relationship between this Gun Control Australia and the WA police and or government? Does it scare you? What do you think is going to happen? I mean, I know we said, we got some of the comments there about certain types of restrictions and so forth, but what time frame do you think we're looking at too? It'd be interesting to find out, man. Very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think it's not going to be written for another year or so. So, yeah,
Mm.
that's pretty scary. They're going to really deep dive into this sort of stuff. They're not going to just, oh, we'll just ban this one and that one and call it a
Mm.
day. I think that if they're going to take that long to do it, they're going to definitely scrutinize absolutely everything.
Let me say one thing here. Anyone, not MKR Bus, said, anyone heard about some of these lever release shotguns from Turkey breaking easy and they fire like Cat Seawood? No. I mean, sometimes with the Turkish ones, mate, I've had one. It was really nice, but mechanically, it just wasn't too good, man, unfortunately.
When I talked to I think it was Sulan Arms, really nice guy who owns the company, really nice guy. He was saying, yeah, Turkey, you get what you pay for. If you want a really, really good gun, they'll build you an awesome gun that is tank proof, but you pay for it. If you want mass produced, cheap, they'll make it to the cheap budget. They make guns there to your budget. So these cheap guns are spit it out. They make them for the cheap price. But if you want a really good shotgun and you want to pay a lot extra, they will make it to that price and to a really good standard.
Said, yeah, Sulon Arms going to be coming out with their own lever release soon. Okay.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Well,
hopefully it looks like the Tech 12. Because that Tech 12 one, I love it.
I love the, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're expensive, but the old Verni Caron Veloci, I do like the idea of that. But I did hear the thumb release was kind of a plastic, which I don't know, man.
Hang on. Yeah.
Anyway.
Mr. Wonderful, he loves his my Tech 12 as a tank. Yeah, it is a great gun. It really is. It is indestructible. I absolutely love it. I actually got a new red dot to put on it, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, it was good. We'll just finish off, I guess, with a couple more.
Yeah.
Couple more as well. Let's happy with the Adler B. Sorry, I come a bit small. B230 TAC. Yeah, I don't know about those. I've got the Dickinson T1000. Not too bad. Haven't had any issues with it. But I will say, get the left-hand one. Very important. If you're right-handed, get the left-handed one because then you can sort of do this. Whereas I think the right-hand side one, yeah, not. Well, I don't know.
A lot of them coming out now are ambidextrous.
Yeah,
like the double barrel one. That was pretty cool, pretty heavy to use, but it's an interesting gun.
Yeah. Anyway, mate, what about anyone got any final thoughts about this? WA issue. What can we do? I mean, we'll try and lobby our, politicians. I don't know what that's going to do so much. I mean, I'm sure it'll be. They won't listen to what we're actually going to say.
Yeah. Also,
we could try.
We got the public holiday here in Australia tomorrow for the passing of the Queen Memorial sort of thing, or whatever it is, a public holiday for the death of the Queen. Anyone going out shooting tomorrow? Are your rifle and pistol clubs open? So who's going out shooting tomorrow? Here in Queensland, we've had a massive storm. It's just pouring down up here. It's terrible here.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, man. Right, Foxy 86 said right-handed, right side pull, no problem. Yeah, I agree, but also too, if like when I'm pulling forward, I just think you're taking that shoulder off the gun just a bit too much. Like I can do it, but pigs, I think perfect. But I mean, ducks, when I was shooting ducks, I just had a problem trying to go up like that, and then I would have preferred just to pull the hand, especially when you're aiming upwards, pulling the handle off. I just think that would have been a lot better, man. But I don't know. Anyway, what do you do?
Yeah, I've got something funny here. We'll just end this off with this, Jason. Bob Brown sounds like a troll. They saw your $5 super chat but walked all over it. I don't know what you're talking about. Super chats come up the top here. I see all the super chats. I didn't see a super chat.
Listen, Aaron, I've been seeing this, right? I'm not going to be dealing with this, right? If you're trying to goad us into a fight, people, we're just not going to be dealing with it. So, okay, we're not going to have a relationship. Someone put a post about us on the internet last week. We're not going to be goaded into a fight if that's what you're looking for. So, we're not going to have any relationship with these people moving forward in a professional manner or a private manner. So, if you want to keep continuing to do it, you're just going to be banned. As simple as that, right? We're not goading anyone into a fight. If you don't know what's going on, it's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Aaron, finish off the show.
Yeah, definitely. It was a defamatory, pure lies, just a troll post. That's what it was, guys. So we're not going to get. We're not like little 12-year-old girls wanting to get into an internet fight. We're not
Honestly,
interested.
it's just
That's
getting
the end
old,
of it.
guys. We're not going to be dealing with it. We'll be never talking about this again. So anyone future, we see it, it's going to be gone instantly, if you understand that.
Yeah.
Cheers.
And we're
Thank
just
you
going
for
to
watching. It's a great show.
We're just going to kick you off the page because we're not interested. We're not little 12-year-old girls hiding in our bedroom, pressing buttons and trying to goad people into a fight. We're not interested. Too old.
We're here to talk about guns. We're here to talk about legislation. We're here to talk about the things that matters to shooters. If you're going to goad us, it's going to be gone immediately. Not dealing with it. Moving forward.
We don't care. And we don't care who you are. Really, we don't. If you're going to keep pushing the subject, it's a private matter. The post was all lies. It's something a private, confidential matter.
Anyway, Aaron, that's enough. That's enough. Let's move forward.
Yeah.
We've got bigger fish to fry. We've got talking about guns. We're talking about things that actually matter to shooting.
And the main thing, Jason, is we're here to catch up and have a lot of fun with the people here, and have a lot of fun and talking to you guys here. That's what we're here for. We're here to have a bit of fun once a week, not take ourselves seriously.
Yeah, I'm not going to. Yeah, we want to here to have fun and get something. Yeah, get something out of this and try and at least do something. So, anyway, good. It was a good try. If you got anything to add about the WA gun laws, let us know. Hit us up. Send us a few emails. You'll find us on the social media.
Well, it's going to be very interesting. What I was wondering, Jace, why it was released in March, right? They're going to say all this. Now it came up this week, right? Like. Several people did stories on it. Why did it come up this week all of a sudden? But as they're saying, it's not going to be written for another year. Is it just people just trying to regurgitate this, the media and all that sort of stuff?
I mean,
trying to hurry this thing up or what?
I don't know, man. I mean, with WA, you never really know what's going on. We saw what happened during the pandemic. It just, I mean, it sucks if you're in WA. I mean, people liked what he was doing. So, I mean, who knows if anything's going to happen? I mean, nothing may happen with this legislation. So maybe they won't rewrite it. Maybe it's just all talk. I mean, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And then hopefully, I'm really hoping, thumbs up, hoping that no one's going to, like it's just not going to happen. That'd be the nicest thing to happen. And then we try and move forward. But, man, I am scared about it. I've got to be honest. I am worried for the people in WA. I'm worried about it, yeah.
And it's, it is well known. WA don't really want people shooting and that. And it's been well known. So, yeah, I just hope for our friends over there who live there, who enjoy our sport. Yeah, nothing bad happens to their sport and what they love and their pastime.
Yeah, man, totally agree. And Val Budzik says, "What am I drinking tonight? A Coke, no sugar."
No, so I just got normal Coke. I can't drink the no sugar stuff. I don't drink much soft drink, and when I do, I just like the normal flavor of Coke.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, it's good having people in the chat. It was a good chat. I do enjoy it, getting together, hearing from people. One last one, 260 Southern Star Review, 260 Remington or 6.5 Creedmoor. You know the answer, Steve, a.k.a. Southern Star Review. Check out his channel, 260 Remington.
260 Remington is very nice. 6.5, when I shot the Lithgow, it was fantastic. The what do they call it? The Woomera or whatever. That was a very nice gun. So, yeah, it's a hard one. Very similar.
I'm losing. Everyone likes the Creedmoor. Anyway, all right.
Do. Colin loves his 6.5 Swede, which is a nice round as well, actually.
Clearly, I haven't done enough work on the 260, clearly.
Definitely.
I've got it. Hey, guys, check out the video I posted today on the rabbits.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Matt
it was
6.5 PRC. Yep. Swear to God, this thing is going to work one day for me.
Hey, I got to admit that Aaron did beat me with the 6.5 Creedmoor. I've got to hang my head in shame, mate. What was that? That was before we go. That was the Lithgow. Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Yeah, fantastic gun. Awesome.
Unbelievable, man.
Yeah, really was. Good Australian made gun. It was fantastic. Alrighty, guys. Thank you for tonight. Really appreciate you for tuning in for 2 weeks in a row. We did say we're going to do it every 2 weeks, but we thought we'll just get one out tonight because we had so much fun, and last week was a fantastic show. So we do appreciate it. You guys are the best. Thank you for supporting the show and all your wonderful comments, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. So have a good and safe couple of weeks, and I hope you guys get out and have a great day tomorrow on the public holiday and enjoy your weekends. So we will talk to you very, very soon. Good night and take
Thanks for watching,
care.
everyone.
Good night.